Summary of What Kind of Mother, a novel written by McLeod Chapman. Chapter 1. In the seemingly straightforward request, "Give me your hand," the speaker unravels a narrative that transcends the ordinary, delving into the intricate interplay of vulnerability, intimacy, and mystery. Over the course of a year, the speaker has extended this invitation to numerous individuals, and in each instance, the act of offering one's hand becomes a canvas for the exploration of human connection. The opening lines set the tone for the narrative, contemplating the subtleties of an act often taken for granted. The speaker elucidates the nuanced vulnerability that accompanies the surrender of one's palm to another. This vulnerability, as the speaker notes, is heightened when the hand is offered to someone like them, someone privy to the concealed intricacies of the hand, the keeper of its secrets. The subsequent exploration of the physical aspects of the hand contributes to the narrative's richness. The tender flesh of the wrist, the substantiality of the palm, and the distinctive peninsulas formed by the fingers are vividly depicted. This detailed examination serves not only to evoke a sensory experience, but also to underscore the speaker's heightened awareness of the nuances within the seemingly ordinary. It elevates the act of offering one's hand from a mere physical gesture to a profound expression of self. As the narrative unfolds, the reader is drawn into the speaker's perspective, poised as an observer and participant in the ritualistic nature of the repeated request. The phrase, "Give me your hand," becomes a refrain, a rhythmic pulse that resonates throughout the narrative. This repetition serves to emphasize the gravity of the moment, accentuating the emotional resonance embedded within the act of giving one's hand. The speaker acknowledges the power dynamic inherent in this exchange. While the one offering their hand lays bare their vulnerability, the speaker assumes a position of perceived authority, a role bestowed upon them by their claimed knowledge of the secrets harbored within the hand. This dynamic introduces an element of tension, a subtle imbalance that heightens the narrative's intrigue. Amidst the exploration of physicality and vulnerability, the narrative takes an unexpected turn with the phrase, "I'll guide you there." This enigmatic statement introduces an element of mystery, a promise of something beyond the immediate physicality of the hand. The reader is left to ponder what lies ahead, what destination awaits through the act of extending one's hand. It injects a sense of anticipation into the narrative, prompting the reader to engage not only with the physicality of the moment but also with the potential metaphysical journey hinted at by the speaker. The cumulative effect of these elements is a narrative that transcends the boundaries of a simple request. It transforms the act of giving one's hand into a multifaceted exploration of human connection. The reader is invited to consider the layers of meaning embedded within this seemingly ordinary gesture, from the vulnerability it exposes to the implied mysteries awaiting revelation. Throughout the narrative, the language employed by the speaker maintains a tone of formality, contributing to the overall sense of gravity and significance. The precision of language serves to enhance clarity and ensure that each element of the narrative contributes to a cohesive exploration of the theme. The speaker's introspective and observant stance fosters a connection between the reader and the narrative, inviting contemplation on the universal aspects of vulnerability and connection inherent in the act of offering one's hand. In conclusion, the narrative unfolds as a nuanced exploration of the act of giving one's hand. Through detailed depictions, rhythmic refrains, and enigmatic promises, the speaker elevates this seemingly simple gesture into a profound exploration of vulnerability, intimacy, and mystery. The reader is left with a heightened awareness of the intricate layers embedded within the act of extending one's hand and the potential for transformative connections that transcend the physical realm. Chapter 2. In the heart of Brandywine, where the morning sun cast its golden glow over the bustling farmers' market, Maddie stood at her customary spot, a corner of the church parking lot adorned with a silk scarf and a handwritten sign announcing palm and tarot readings. The market had been a fixture in Maddie's life, dating back to her childhood when she would play among the headstones of the Shiloh Baptist Cemetery while her mother shopped for greens. The tradition continued, with each Saturday at 9 marking the congregation of elderly entrepreneurs, transforming the parking lot into a haven of homemade wares and locally sourced goods. The air was thick with anticipation as farmers vied for coveted spots up front, their truck beds metamorphosing into vibrant cornucopias of fresh produce. Tomatoes, sweet potatoes, ears of corn, cucumbers, broccoli, zucchini, pumpkins, strawberries, and blueberries spilled out in a rustic display. The local fishermen contributed their bounty from Chesapeake Bay: blue shells, oysters, herring, shrimp, mussels, clams, and glass-eyed shad, all nestled on beds of melting ice. Hand-painted signs adorned the highway for miles, enticing passers-by with promises of fresh produce and seafood. Brandywine, a town where the connection to the land and water remained steadfast, thrived on the simplicity of its roots. Maddie, however, lived off something quite different: the lines in people's skin, the folds in their flesh. Her makeshift career as a palm reader had roots reaching back to her grandmother, who had been the market's original fortune-teller. Dressed in a boho tie-back dress with batwing sleeves, adorned with an array of jangling bracelets, Maddie embraced the role with an air of mystique. Her attire, a Goodwill find, aimed to convey the essence of her craft. Occasionally donning a smoky eyeshadow, she hoped to enhance the mystical aura she projected to her customers. As Maddie set up her stall, she exchanged greetings with the local vendors, Millie, May, and Charlene, the triumvirate of elderly women who held court with their jams and pies. Charlene, the market treasurer, was quick to remind Maddie of her overdue deposit for the church. The banter continued, weaving a fabric of familiarity that defined the rhythm of the market. Rain or shine, the market biddies emerged, their lawn chairs providing a front-row seat to the spectacle. Charlene, perpetually sweating in her bowed lawn chair, fanned herself with a paper fan resembling Madame Butterfly in a floral print muumuu. Her oxygen tank, referred to as her ride, trailed behind her, giving her the appearance of having sprouted catfish whiskers. The conversation shifted to Maddie's personal life and her role as the market's resident fortune-teller. Maddie candidly shared that reading palms ran in the family, dismissing any doubts about her abilities. The banter turned to the looming heat of the day, with Auntie Millie lamenting the melting effect on her mascara. The familiar chatter soon included gossip about the townsfolk. Charlene, always at the center of market gossip, revealed that Lorraine Hapkins had left her husband, Noah Stetler. The revelation prompted Maddie to contemplate paying Lorraine a visit, realizing she hadn't sought a consultation in over a month. As the vegetables disappeared by noon, the market transformed into a hub of socialization and gossip. Maddie's attention, however, remained on Charlene, who held her financial fate in her hands. Charlene, serving as the market treasurer, insisted on settling Maddie's 2-week-old debt by the end of the day. The negotiation took center stage as Maddie pleaded for leniency, promising to pay by day's end. Charlene, unmoved by Maddie's charms, emphasized the importance of settling accounts promptly. Mama May, partially paralyzed from a stroke, interjected with support for Maddie, urging Charlene to let her pay later. The tension eased momentarily as Charlene relented, giving Maddie until the end of the day to settle her debt in full. Grateful for the reprieve, Maddie continued to set up her stall, her mind oscillating between the daily financial struggles and the intriguing prospect of Henry McCabe's presence at the market. The trio of elderly women, however, continued their gossip, shifting their attention to the absent Lorraine Hapkins. Charlene's sudden wave of her paper fan signaled a distraction, the arrival of Henry McCabe. The mention of his name stirred memories, triggering a flood of emotions in Maddie. The narrative took a poignant turn as Charlene, May, and Millie discussed Henry's tragic past. His son had gone missing 5 years ago, a tragedy that had left the town in shock. Millie hinted at suspicions surrounding Henry's wife, who had apparently taken her own life. The atmosphere grew heavy as the women navigated the delicate balance between empathy and judgment. The revelation of Henry's personal tragedy hung in the air, creating an uncomfortable pause. Maddie, grappling with her own emotions and memories of Henry, struggled to maintain a facade of detachment. The small-town dynamics played out, with Charlene defending Henry and Millie casting doubt on the veracity of his story. The arrival of Henry at the market prompted a flurry of emotions within Maddie. The passage of time became palpable as she observed the changes in Henry's appearance, the lion's mane of sandy blonde hair, the beard, and the eyes that seemed to carry a weight of their own. The narrative seamlessly blended the present and the past, inviting the reader to delve into Maddie's reflections on her own life choices. The conversation between Maddie and Charlene continued, with Charlene pressing for a palm reading for Henry. Despite Henry's initial reluctance, he eventually agreed. The atmosphere shifted as Maddie led Henry away from the prying eyes of the market regulars, creating a moment of intimacy that contrast Ed with the public spectacle of the market. The palm reading unfolded, revealing elements of Henry's life and character. Maddie, guided by her intuition and experience, delved into the lines etched on Henry's palms. The narrative skillfully interwove the mystical elements of palmistry with the raw emotions of the characters, creating a poignant moment of connection between Maddie and Henry. As Maddie unraveled the secrets held within Henry's palms, the story delved into the complexities of human relationships and the impact of tragedy on individuals. The narrative explored the theme of healing, both for Henry and Maddie herself. The emotional depth of the characters was brought to the forefront, transcending the boundaries of a simple palm reading. The climax of the story emerged as Maddie uncovered a revelation within Henry's palm, a symbol of hope and renewal. The symbolism resonated with Henry, offering a glimmer of solace amidst the shadows of his past. The narrative skillfully navigated the delicate balance between the mystical and the human, leaving the reader with a sense of catharsis. The conclusion of the story returned to the bustling market, with Maddie and Henry rejoining the community. The dynamics had shifted, with a newfound understanding between the characters. The story closed with a reflection on the transformative power of human connection and the healing potential of unexpected encounters. In essence, the narrative of palm lines and produce stalls intricately wove together elements of small-town life, personal struggles, and the mystical art of palmistry. The characters, vividly portrayed through their interactions and emotions, invited the reader to reflect on the complexities of human relationships and the profound impact of empathy and understanding. The market, with its vibrant colors and eclectic characters, served as a backdrop to a story that transcended the ordinary, leaving a lasting impression on both the characters and the reader.